Hi, I'm John North, and I want to introduce to you Life2Life as a really powerful tool to use in your church planting ministry. Life2Life is a disciple-making approach to evangelism. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, when you look at Jesus' approach to evangelism, you see a sort of two-pronged approach. One prong is his personal life. And in Jesus' personal life, he was a vibrant and open witness in every circumstance he found himself in every encounter with every person in his life. He spoke openly with them about spiritual things and tried to bring them to faith. But in his organized ministry, Jesus' focus was not on reaching lost people. His focus was on equipping and activating believers to reach lost people, to be effective witnesses. So that as soon as he had started sort of building some maturity into his first followers, he selected a few of them and said, I want you to come into a deeper level of following, and I want to train you to be fishers of men. As they started to grow in that, he kept adding more and more people to that group. Now, it seems kind of counterintuitive, doesn't it, to say that in your church planting, if your focus is on reaching lost people, it's in the wrong place. But really, if we're to follow Jesus' model, we ourselves as church planters in our personal lives have got to be reaching out into the lives of people around us, leading people to faith in Christ, building the spiritual foundations into them. But almost immediately as that begins to happen, our focus in our church planting ministry has to be on those new believers, equipping them to be effective in reaching other people. So this two-pronged approach, right? In our personal lives, being effective witnesses. In our official ministry, focusing on activating our believers as effective witnesses. Now, what's the problem with that design? Well, the problem is that many of us who are the leaders, planting churches, leading our ministries, we never had anybody truly mentor us into this lifestyle of a witness, to be really effective at leading others to faith in Jesus Christ. And you don't learn it over a weekend seminar, right? I went to every evangelism training seminar. I did Evangelism Explosion. I learned the 4 spiritual laws. I did Evangels, bad news, good news. So many different approaches to sharing your faith I went to training on, but I was never living as a witness. And God took me on a journey over several years of learning to live as a witness in my natural relationships and encounters with people. And that has transformed my life. I would say it's made as big a difference almost in my way of life as being born again did, to learn to live as a witness. And so in Life2Life, we want to learn to live as witnesses ourselves. We have to become what we want to multiply. And then we have to train others to do it. Now, when I say a disciple-making approach to evangelism, you have to understand that discipleship, of course, is what we do with new believers, building those spiritual foundations into them. So what makes disciple-making different from discipleship? Well, it's that disciple-making always involves multiplication, right? Not just helping a group of people you've led to Christ grow stronger, but that after you've led them to Christ, you're equipping them to lead others to Christ. In fact, at every level, you're looking for it. When you connect with unbelievers who aren't believers yet, you want them to already be connecting other unbelievers they know to you and to people who know the Lord. When they come to faith, you immediately want them to be starting to share their faith with others. When they have started to mature and have the spiritual foundations, you want them to be passing that on to other people. When you've begun training them in Jesus' 4 approaches to evangelism, you want them to then train others in the same way. And when it comes time to multiply, and you're training them for multiplication and church planting, you want them to start a new ministry that has this same focus of multiplication and a disciple-making approach to evangelism, so that the group they plant also then multiplies into other groups. This is disciple-making. And Life2Life is a disciple-making approach to evangelism. So right now, I have 3 different Life2Life huddles going on. That is, I've got 3 different groups of 3 to 5 people that I'm taking through Life2Life. It's 18 sessions. If you're going to build a new way of life, a new way of living and relating to people, you can't do it quickly. It's 18 weeks of weekly studies and accountability with one another. Out of those 3 huddles, already 4 new huddles have started, as the people I'm taking through Life2Life have already started taking their own huddles through Life2Life. And this is the model, that people immediately pass on what you have passed on to them, and that only takes it deeper into them, this witnessing lifestyle, because if they're holding others accountable to it, they have to be living it themselves. So you can see how Life2Life can really be a significant part of your church planting strategy and ministry. I hope that helps you understand it a little better. Thanks.